Hi, welcome to J Lowe Artist. Today, I think what we're going to be doing is drawing a dragon head. I get asked every now and then, how do you do fantasy creatures? And my process is pretty much the same as anything else. One thing I would suggest you doing, though, as you're getting ready to do a dragon or anything else, is get some inspiration. And what I would do is I'd kind of Google lizards, crocodiles, any of those type of creatures that are alive on the earth today, and just get inspiration from them. Look at the way their jaw is connected, look at their eyes, their scales, and you kind of get in mind those types of things that you want to include in your drawing. Is your dragon more aquatic? Does it have more of a fish type feeling, or alligators, crocodiles, that kind of thing? Or maybe it's a little more desert like, and you want some scales. Look at the scales, look at the patterns in the scales, things like that. And once you kind of have a pretty good idea, keep some of those things around as references to just be able to refer back to them and say, this is really what I want it to look like. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we want to do is we want to start out with simple shapes. So kind of get an idea of how you want your dragon to be, your dragon head. If you want his neck to kind of come around, maybe you want to have his head over here. You just start out with a simple shape. Say, this is where I want his head to be. This is the size of his neck, and then think three-dimensionally. If his mouth comes down here, and is it open? If it is open, you just kind of think kind of blocky. I have a grandson that plays a lot with blocks and things, and this is kind of what you want to think of it as. Is kind of that blocky, and you just kind of start out that way. You say, okay, this is kind of how I want it. Now, do I want it to have horns? Do I want it, are the horns going to curve up? Are they going to curve down? Maybe I want horns all over the place on this. And where does the eye go? Is the eye over here? Is it more of a snake-like creature? Or is it more of an alligator-like creature? Do I want the eyes back in here somewhere? And if so, does it kind of come out of the head a little bit? Does it have a little brow over there? Is his brow perpendicular to the edge of its head? Does it have nostrils that come out? How are those nostrils? And you just kind of keep adding to it. What kind of teeth does it have? Is it sharp teeth? Are they blunted? Do they have those teeth that would grab something and hold on to it while it kind of chews it up a little bit? What kinds of things do you want to have included in there? Is it snout long and thin, or is it short and stout? Just all those types of things that you're thinking about. Are there little horns on it? Does it have the scales? Are they really scaly? What kinds of things do you look at? You also look at your lizards and things and say, well, do they have, little scales along the edges? And really, it's kind of up to you. There is no recipe for dragons. I know that Leonardo da Vinci had a recipe for dragons, and he was just taking bits and pieces of known things that are already exist in different animals, and rearranging them, recombining them into a different kind of creature. And really, that's what fantasy is taking everything we know and rearranging it into something new. You really want it to look believable, though. And so in order to make it believable, you really need to use references, things that already exist, things we're already familiar with. So once you have that, then you can go in and start adding some detail to it. You can say, well, I want his eye to be nice and round, because most of them are, but I want him to have kind of a little brow, and maybe some little wrinkles around his eye, a lot of serpents, a lot of lizards and things like that have different lenses that go over their eyes according to the safety that they experience, whether it's from water or other creatures. And you can say, well, maybe that eye needs to be, some different, maybe you want 2 or 3 eyes in there. You have a whole bunch of eyes in there if you wanted to, but it's kind of up to you what you want to do with it. But you still want to get kind of a recipe together, some way to figure out what it is that you really want in there. And again, if you're looking at creatures that already exist, it'll be a little easier to figure those things out, however you want to do it. I like shark's teeth. I like the fact that they're all kind of layered, and if a tooth comes out, another tooth moves up to take its place, and they're growing teeth continually. That's really kind of interesting. So, there's lots of different things that you can put into it. Also, different areas of the world have different customs to what their dragons look like, whether it's a European looking dragon or an Oriental looking dragon. Mesoamerica had dragons. So, there's kind of a feeling that goes to different cultures as well. So there's lots of things to consider when you're considering what your beast is going to look like. And the attitude for your beast too. Is it a kindly beast? Is it ferocious? Is it a Smaug kind of beast, that wants to devour all the little hobbits? Just kind of up to you what you decide that it's going to look like. And you just go from there. Just remember your simple shapes. That's your basics. Really not much to it, however you want to do it. So as you're drawing it along and you're looking at some of your scrap, you can say, well, gee, I want to do some scales or something, and do whatever you want to with it, however you want to do it. If you've got a little cotton swab, sometimes you can use that to blend with. There's a couple of different ways to do scales. I'll show you some different ways to do scales. Some of those things you can do with cotton swab. You can just kind of use your cotton swab, go in and put in some shading with it. You can use your pencil and do these little rounded kind of things to just kind of scale like, overlap them, however you want to do it. and shade it. And use your cotton swab to kind of blend those together. So that's one way to do scales. Just this side of your pencil, just do some little down curving kinds of things. Or if you want some smaller scales, you can take your cotton swab, put in some little areas. Like this. And you take your kneaded eraser, pinch it down to a little point. You can come in, you can pull out some little light areas. Little spots like that. However you want to do it. But again, look at your references, look at your lizards or whatever it is that you're doing. Get some ideas from them, however you want it to look. Now, as you're shading, think about lights and darks. Think about reflected light. Of course, the more you do this, the better you're going to get at it. Just a real fun kind of thing sometimes. You can get as detailed into this as you want to get and keep it kind of basic and cartoony. You can really make it look more realistic. It's up to you. Thanks for joining me on this little fantasy journey. I'll let you keep drawing on your dragon, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, art just makes life better. Thanks again.